Good morning. How is everyone today? Let's get this set up. All right, that's good. That's good. Okay, got that and that. What am I missing? Chat available. My phone is absolutely dead this morning. Got it plugged in. It's at 2% now. So disappointing. All right, let me sign in. We're good. So yesterday I did try, after watching Museum stream, I did try to get everything building on a Raspberry Pi. Okay, well, OBS died. Huh. See how this goes. Okay, let's see. Is it it's gonna hold its own for a bit or what? Luckily, it restarts pretty quick. You gonna stay with us, OBS? Yeah, yeah. Good OBS. Oh my goodness. Huh. All right. Go back one. Um. Okay. That was really weird. Okay, I gotta sign into one more thing, and then we're good. Yeah, that looks like OBS is gonna stay with us this time. Okay, there we go. Let's see, we were in the middle of doing some integration tests with Rust and database setups. Um, I might want to explore that a little more. I understand that we could leave it the way that some of it is. Let's see. Oh, wow. Huh, that's funny. Just got reminded of some really old stuff. Going to Dublin. That was fun. All right. Hmm. Yeah. All right. So let's get back into it. Couple things set up real quick. There we go. Oh, this is so much fun. Okay. I forgot all about this stuff. I'll have to play around with this other thing later. I miss those people. I had a crazy dream last night. Okay. Close that one. Close that. There, I tried compiling this thing in Docker. I tried compiling it using cross compilers on this operating system. I think I have to really build it myself. Those compilers, maybe the GCC ones, but not right now. If we're running the test code, I was thinking that we could have some other sort of like base test URL. Something that we initially kind of log into. I got a lot of things open here. All right. That was good. That was good. Here we're doing the separator. Create database blah. We also need to be able to drop it. Now, one thing that this, okay, yeah, we'll do it like that. And stir. We'll do basically the same thing. We'll just connect to it, drop it. It'll kind of be out of band. I expect that this connection goes away as soon as we leave the scope. Or do we have to drop that? Create a function that can split that up. Oh, shoot. You know what? When OBS crashed, I did not reset up some things. Can't see what you guys are seeing. Upper right, there we go. That's better. Okay, and I got the stream starting soon, that thing taken down, good. All right.
What if I go stronger? What if I get higher? What if I start doing things I know I will regret? I will make my own way. I will not
No, that's
surrender.
not too bad.
I will do my best until I get put under. What if I go stronger?
All right, so function parse db URL. And we'll just panic. Let's split this into, it's kind of a slice, isn't it? And we'll return a tuple, get one of those. Need that down here, good. That'll be off self, fine. All right. Most of this stuff is for a test code anyways. Let's add that here. I guess I could put it in like a DB test module or something, couldn't I? Right, drop. That would be a lot more descriptive. Same with this. I wonder if you can have a module inside of the. Let's just create a module. I don't think any of these have self on them. They don't need self. Yeah, we're going to extract some of this. Mod test. Set on there. Yep, we got some more errors we need to handle. Phone migration. Put that in there. Draw, create, parse. What else? Toss that in this module. Bouncing around a lot. Hope it's not too blocky. I tried to change some of my settings again today. But this one needs that. Hey Carter, good morning. How's your weekend going? Did I end up fixing my CLI issues? And Mousex, good morning. My CLI issues. I don't know what you mean by that. What command line CLs? Command line interpreter? Oh, you know what it was? I was in the wrong directory. And so normally, I'll be in do that. Yeah, diesel CLI not compiling. Oh goodness. So yes. We ended up fixing all of that. I've even got my own fork of diesel in my repository on GitHub with everything working. I don't see a good way to actually create a good patch for that because some of the requirements actually require that you provide which feature onto the diesel CLI's dependency. So there's some issues there. But as it turns out, we don't need any of it. So the solution is actually to use diesel migration, which is what we're using here. And well, you can use the diesel migration stuff with diesel or without diesel. And we're using it with diesel currently. And I think eventually I'll be using it without diesel. So kind of a bummer that it kind of fell apart like that, but oh wait, this isn't this is just parse DB URL. Oh, that's right. These are just functions off of here. I don't have it on the crate anymore. This though, run migrations. Yeah, I'll put that back up on the other object. Where is it? Here. No, that's not part of that trait. Entries, nope, not part of that. Where's new? There it is. Yeah, I want to continue to use the CLI only for migrations of the main application, but not for the tests. For my integration tests, I still want to use, I want the tests to be able to create their own database for the integration tests and to drop their own databases, etc. Weekend's been good? That's good. Oh, fly the drone around. Nice. Hanging out with the kids then? Or just having fun? Diesel cannot create the database, hence I created a couple functions which use a connection to connect to the database, and I call create database. Yeah, you're using Docker Compose. That makes sense. Okay, in this case, oh, you know what? I did need that up here. I'll use standard env. Drop that down into the little test bucket as well. Yeah, running Docker Compose running in your CI is not a fun task. Debugging it, yeah. Oh goodness, I couldn't imagine doing that. This all seems pretty good. Let's pick some of these other elements. So now it's in db test, db URL. Test create. That would be nice if we had try. Yeah, I really want to be, just thinking about that, I really want to be able to debug all this stuff here on my desktop. So at that point here, and these things need to get pulled out into something I can just set up a test DB thing. Like all of this. Let's fix it all first. Get it working. Rust Analyzer has been so nice. Being able to use that. Yeah, if we pull this into like a test DB structure thing, then we can have it automatically drop the database when it goes out of scope. I'll drop on it. We could get the drop on it. Oh, that's bad. Dad jokes. It's not a bad one, but it's just too early for that. So let's go back into DB. Got all this test stuff down here. Okay, what do we want out of this? Because I think we want to create a structure. And here we'll have struct SDB setup or something like that. We'll impl drop on that so we can drop the database when we need to. We'll do some RAII stuff here. Yep. Oops, too many. Impl test DB. Hub function new. Okay, let's see what we need in the test for this. Oh. We're gonna need metrics that go nowhere. Concurrency bit. What do we want out of it? Spiner? It has to create a spiner. So we really need the DB pool out of it. Which is kind of a misnomer now because it's not a database pool. it's something that you can get the database pool off of. Let's see, let's keep the DB URL around. We'll use that for creation and drop. String, it's not strung. Oh, we should probably return self here. DB URL. DB, I'm just going to call it database. Where's concurrency get used? Okay, let's move that a little closer. Let's take public off of these. Yeah, it's better documenting this way. Okay. Oh, we can only do that inside of there. Say run migrations. Does that have to be because we want the database con? Guess we could spawn a task and await it. The only reason is because of this DB connection. We could avoid that just by but this. Okay, I'm gonna do something different with that. Toss this down here. That off of there. We're just going to call establish again. Disconnect again. There we go. Now it's not async anymore, and we can just call it. Technically, just need DB URL. There we go. Up here, we create the database, migrate the database, get our little database wrapper, which then somebody can get a hold of later. Oh, it's not async any longer. DB's a DB, fine. Doesn't need to be mutable. Anything else? Use of moved. Why does that need to be this way? Does create pool own this? Let's go down that rabbit hole. Something that can be converted into a string. I think all of those be different. All right, let's not do the DB URL here. Let's just give it a reference. Change this one as well. Create pool, U2. Okay. That should break elsewhere. Good. Here, yes, one place only. Parse DB URL is never used. Lies. Look, it's used right there. Oh, but then it's going to tell me that this is never used, and that's never used because this isn't public. Okay, we will be using DB URL. We're going to import drop. The public, I guess that is just, no, it's a trait implementation. It's forced to be public. Is it mutable self? Huh. Examples, implementing drop, struct has drop. Oh, okay, no return value. That's what I wanted to see. Ooh, that's not going to work well. Create DB, drop DB. Self dot DB URL. There we go. No return value. I don't know. We're in a. We could log the error saying, hey, this didn't get dropped. Okay. If let error to that. Toss a question mark on there. Good. Okay, that should be it for there. So now if we create a test DB, we'd set it up, migrate it, make it available to us, and then when this goes out of scope, we'll drop it. This is really going to give the DB server a workout. Alright. What's our errors? There they are. These are the places we should use that. Let test DB equals DB test. Where's Spiner? We need to keep Spiner. It's not DB pool anymore, it's just DB. Oh. Wasn't expecting that. Concurrency shared between the two. Put that back there. We'll pass concurrency in here. Oh, we also need metrics. That comes back outside. Wrong place. Metrics TX, which typically we call metric center everywhere else. And not too bad. Okay. I'm going to start up Postico. I have a number of test databases that I will delete real quick. Delete, drop, database. Okay. Go to Spiner, cargo test. Actually, did we get all of them? Oh, we didn't. Where is this? Oh, that's actually like server main. Link dead tests. Yeah, we'll be back. Fix this up. Okay. Now that ran 2 tests and left 2 test databases. Oh, concurrency is not used, which means that this didn't get called. Oh, that's so silly. I'm Dyke. Good morning. How you doing? There we go. We'll drop or that. Yeah, that's basically what I'm doing here. Why didn't that happen? Drop DB. Let's log that out. Self.db URL. Doing pretty well. Doing pretty well. And got some good sleep. My phone was dead when I woke up. Usually what I use for my alarm. You know what, let's do this a different way. Let's just do the print line. How's the game going? You've been working on some cool stuff. I miss doing stuff like that. Why isn't this, why isn't the drop getting called on this? Oh, cargo test, no capture. Oh, okay, it says it's trying to drop that. Let's see, do I have HJZ in my list? HJZ, yes. That database is still there, full of tables. What I find interesting here is that that's been going well. That's good. Oh, what am I making? I'm making a multiplayer game server, and let's see, no errors, no errors. Why are there no errors dropping that database? Um, so this is a multiplayer game server for a game that I'm making called Legacy, and essentially it's a bit of a cross between like Sunless Sea, Don't Starve, 1 Hour, 1 Life, where you end up having a character, and basically when you come into the game, you have your own island. Basically, the universe is now made up of islands. Something's happened. And you can sail from island to island. The problem, though, is that your map of the universe is different from everybody else's universe. So as you sail the seas, if you go east from, let's say, the main island, you find something else than your buddy would. Unless, of course, you crew up and then everybody follows the leader of the party. So you'll have different trade routes than other people. You'll be able to find different sorts of things than other people, encouraging kind of cooperative gameplay. And you can go around, you can harvest things, you can, do the whole crafting route or the building or the adventure kind of dungeon crawler route. So it has procedural islands being generated right now. They are flat in 2D, but they're generated via noise, and it's completely all dev art. I really don't have much in terms, well, I don't have anything in terms of like harvesting resources or building different crafting things. Getting the multiplayer stuff set up so that I can get a multiplayer test. Got some friends at some sites that I think I'll be able to get a decent amount of load. Get people in the game, chatting, wandering around. Oh, it's being accessed by other users. Oh. Well, thank you. And hopefully can pull you into doing the load test with me on a couple clients. But basically, we've made a couple of different crates for this. Stream multiplexer. I'm open sourcing bits and pieces of this. I don't know how much of it's actually going to be useful. The stream multiplexer is being used for connection servers so that they can basically do the kind of stream termination and deal with all the socket buffer management while pushing the multiplexing the basically socket data into a few channels that the game server can deal with. Okay, so it's being accessed by other players. Okay, I would rather Postgres just let me destroy it. Is there a way I can say destroy with prejudice? Prop database.
This one's for every beautiful has-been. The loves of past, future, and my present, presented to me delicately pressed into a memory. I can feel the brush inside my mind, painting what one might look like lying on the sofa and another just plain lying, a previous me crying for lack of proper goodbying. And it's also for you. Every person with has-beens. You who filed old emotional baggage into recycle or trash bins. Which one goes where? I guess it depends on where it ends, if it ends. If there was ever really a chance that it's the end of summer.
Oh wow, so you can actually drop connections and then drop the database. Fancy. So,
My mind is a bit of a museum. Art everywhere, you might stop and stare if you could see them. Lucky for me though, you probably never will. They're not exactly painful, but still. I've tried so many times.
basically it's this.
Down with careful fingers, and that's when I see it. Tiny cracks in the artwork, the starts of tears, so I leave it. It's fitting for a haunted house to have art that's beautifully tragic. If Scooby-Doo and crew rolled through my mind, I'd like to think they'd find themselves enthralled by the magic.
I wonder if this means that I have to have ooh, have decent permissions on this database. Is there a different way? And DBA.stack exchange. Let's see. I was trying. Hey, Flask. Good morning. How's it going? Yeah. Okay. Once you set data allow it does exactly what it says in the tin. It doesn't allow connections to the database. Yeah, see, we were just about to do this.
A painting in a gallery, a crucial thread in the tapestry. Sometimes we part ways with the silence of the last few grains of sand passing through an hourglass. Other times, it's with the screeching brakes too slow to prevent a crash. Each footprint in the path, each with the same promise of being the last. Me, I've learned to glance back and
My goodness.
or at least give a knowing smile. Because love is all mistakes and perfection in equal parts. And if I've ever seen one, love is a work of art.
Go back one. If false, then no one can connect to this database. It's used to protect the Temple Zero database from being altered. Huh. Alright, well, looks like it might work though. Back to the code. Target DB. There was a way to use the same thing twice, wasn't it? So rarely do that. Select terminate from back. Okay, where activity is database. Okay. Format that. DB equals DB name. Get rid of that. Let it do its formatting magic. Okay. Try that again. Oh, Yeah, how many test databases do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 right now. Oh, unterminated string constant. Did I miss one? I did right there. All right, we're gonna refresh. See if, oh, I gotta drop some of these. Too many. Click, click, click. Here, I'll show you what I'm seeing. Say, not Wireshark. Let me choose this. There we go. So in here, you can see that there's different databases. And when we run this, those databases were showing up with right alongside legacy test. I'm going to run the server again, or the server tests. If I refresh, you should see it. I don't know, for me it flickers when I do that. Oh, there's two databases. All right, did it fail? Here, let's refresh again. Oh, they didn't go away. Syntax error near. Why? Does it want double quotes? I was using doubles before. Just doubles. Go back to raw strings. Try again. We're gonna delete those two. Cannot insert multiple commands into prepared. Oh, come on. Okay, well, I'll run the query twice then. Or two different queries. Fine. Just yank that, duplicate it. Okay, that's one. There's two. Okay. Let's get rid of these. Right click, delete, drop, database. Has me fill in that little thing just to make sure. Oh, it says it doesn't exist. Dog's freaking out. Let's say column blah 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 does not exist. Interesting. Trying to drop this. That seems fine. Let's see, I wonder what else we could do. And why does this say column? Let's change those to ePrint lines. Again. I'm gonna let her out while it's compiling. Be right back. All right. Let's see. What did it say? Select blah blah blah. Where that and that. Hmm. Well, let's try to do this. Copy that. Execute. Column blah 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 doesn't exist. Interesting. I find it strange that it says like, oh, the column doesn't exist. The other thing I'm not sure about is if these tables here are available to every user. If I come back up here, it says that I'm in this database. Or if I go into Postgres and run the same query, I should have copied that. Same thing. PG stat activity. Maybe it's different in this version of Postgres. Stat activity. Oh, DB name. It's not there. That name. Go back. That name. Okay. Hmm. I think it was always was dat name. Okay, yeah. So is this just saying that I'm too late? I mean, perhaps I just need to drop the pool. Nightblaze, the wizard. Good morning. Equal for a comparison? Good question. Let's see. I don't think so. In Postgres, Equal stands for equality in a where clause. Yeah, if I do double, it's the same error. Alright, well, we can probably do this some other way. Here, if we are dropping, we could take this option, that. Let's stuff this guy in an option. We'll take it and drop it before trying to do this stuff. That should let us disconnect from it, and then we can drop. Using single quotes? Oh, let's try. Oops. No, nothing. Operator does not exist. Name equals unknown. Too many equals? Oh, yes. Single quotes. It must be single quotes. Interesting. Okay, so it has to be single quotes. I think we should still make this an option. Some db. Then we will do a let underscore equals self dot db dot take. That should drop it. Self.db. Let's see, to get the inner element here, so I'm gonna clone out of that. Okay, there's that. Because option is clone if internal element is clone. We just unwrap it. That works. So then going back to using single quotes here. Okay. Oh, code. So I converted this and this here to single quotes. Also stuffed testDB in an option, or rather the DB inside of that, the database pool. And then converted that to a clone unwrap. This is really while this thing, until it's dropped. Basically nobody needs to know that that thing's inside of an option. Here we take it and drop it. Kind of a belt and suspenders approach, I guess. Might be flaky though. Depending on how quickly it can drop that stuff. Unknown syntax. Okay, so drop database needs the double quotes, whereas that name needs the single quotes. Why is that? Okay, that I don't understand. Oops. Come on. Vim fingers on. That doesn't always work though. Trying to drop. Goody. Okay. So let's go back database bits. Okay, got 2 here. I'm gonna delete the old ones. Drop those databases. Run it again. I just ran this again. Let's refresh over here. And now I have 4 databases. Okay, how'd that work? Did I not spell drop database correct? Drop database. I run again. All right. Back. Refresh. Oh, good, it's not there. I'm going to run the test again. Okay. 1, 2. Refresh. Not there. Good. And one more time. Refresh. Still not there. Perfect. Okay. That I'm pleased with. That's good. Terse. Terse, we have dot dot. All right. Back to the code. Get rid of some of these. Okay, we'll get rid of those. Add some comments. Up. Goodbye. All right. That's good. Okay. So now that we have a good format for setting a test database up, dropping it, running tests against it, we can integrate that better with some of our other test work. Get status. Oh goodness, got a lot of stuff going on here. Let's look. Don't care about those. Raspberry Pi stuff, not working. Unstaged. Hummel, what do you want? SIMD noise? I don't need that. TV. Did we stage that? Yes, it looks like it just got sorted. Rand, why is Rand in there? Oh, for the character names, for the test names. Okay, that's staged. Legacy source database stuff. That chunk here, that gets staged. Yep, and our argument changed here, so we have db pool, now we take URL. It's good. Alright, Carter. Hey, you too, man. Yeah, stay safe out there. That's good. Got some more errors being piped through. Fine. And then all the test stuff. That's fine at the moment. Alright, so then in main, probably just some cleanup for that. Yep. Passing the DB URL in. Stage that. Link dead though. I actually need to go and have link dead use our new SDB stuff. So that one we need. What about this one? Add that away. DB pool stuff. Where is this? This is in Spiner lib. Oh, this is just passing through. This is probably in their constructor or something. Mod tests, fine. Because we did move that. Okay. Let's clean up the link dead bits there. Go to our account CRUD stuff. Copy that. Or link dead. Still seems like too much setup. In that versus this. I mean, it's less than it could be. And why do we do that? Do we do this? So the server, though, could take this one step further. Database couldn't with its integration tests. I guess Spiner could have taken it further. Spiner could have wrapped this. Why don't we clean that up in Spiner? Have like a test Spiner or test database or something like that. We don't have to set all this stuff up all the time. Metric center, that's always going to be needed though. So let's see, we're going to be passing that in. Only stuff that will collapse down. DB. What about that? Oh, Vim, stop it. Where are you? Yeah, DB wouldn't really be needed down here. This database. Oh, strange. Why does it... Interesting. This code doesn't actually want a spiner, it wants the database. Okay. So if this is like that, what else? DB concurrency. Why does it need DB concurrency? Oh, because of spiner, of course. Oh yes, that's not actually needed. Whoa, I didn't mean to do that 4 times. It could, it's also needed by Spiner. Oh, I see what you're saying. Why couldn't Spiner just pull that out of it? Yeah, let's do that. Because that thing is becoming kind of a pain. That's a, that's a great idea. One of the situations where you're not standing inside the forest. That's because here we have pool size, DB pool size, etc. And that is what? Oh, the U32. Let's keep it as that then. just keep pool size. Hey, Return to Dust. Happy Sunday. Yes, happy Sunday to you as well. All right, so here, function, concurrency, self, turns U32, self dot full size dot 0. Oh, I see. Yeah, it should probably be U size anyways. I think. And destructuring light. Oh, I see. Yes, yes. Huh. Oh, pool size doesn't clone. Because it's going up in size, saying as U size should work, right? As underscore. Flippy wouldn't complain about that. But I like the destructuring. That's cute. All right, so that's working. Let's clean the rest of that concurrency stuff up, which means that, let's see, we can have the compiler help us out if we go to Spiner lib. Oh, let's search for the type. Spiner, look at that. Wrong one. We want the struct. So we get rid of concurrency there. Nice. Also means we can get rid of that type and that concurrency, semaphore new. Currency. Oh. Oh, because that's the trait. We need that on the... Ah. Yes, I did not constrain this at this point. Where... Yeah, and then that doesn't exist on there. It exists on actual implementation. Oh, on the method? That's probably a better idea. Okay. Go up one cargo watch. Not all trait items implemented. Missing concurrency. Because I put it up here instead of in here. Yes, and in these other cases, we don't need that. Oh, in Museum, we got the database dropping working. There we go. Implement a drop for it. Drop the DB pool. Then we call drop DB, which does some heavy-handed disconnecting and then dropping the database. And then we can get rid of DB concurrency here. Oh, that's so much nicer. Cannot find functions. Okay. Get rid of that. Could get rid of the DB concurrency here. Oh, this is kind of in main though. Say that's an 8. Link dead. Okay, this is what we've been wanting. So test DB could absolutely get rid of that. Say it's like 4 or something. I don't know. That was a nice change. I like that change. Oh, default 4, doesn't it? That's true. The DB new requires that. We could also get rid of the metric sender because in the test stuff, we're just sending this to dev null, but I'd like to leave the option open of having the metrics actually inspectable. Okay. So the big change then is that you can have the receiver on that test to be struct. and expose it. Yeah, good. There's a lot of places where we end up. Actually, you're right. We create it there. I have two different ones. If we go to metrics, see, I have this one because it's a bound channel. We need something to drain it, so we have this. And so in some cases, we'll use the dev null, where it just consumes everything, just kills it all, instead of creating some back pressure on the channel and not letting things actually go into it. Yeah, I think stripping out the DB concurrency bit was a good move here. I'm not yet ready to do this because usually it's going to be available down in there. Okay. What function are we in here? Oh, we're in setup. We set up the environment, setting up the game server, running that, and then we have basically the pipes. Okay. And what I want to try out real quick. Okay. Oh. Test run should no longer need these two lines. I should be able to get rid of that. Now I can just... Wow. Okay. Also means that I don't actually need that script. Just call cargo test at the high level. It should be able to go through everything without me having to set up and tear down the database for it. It's gonna be really, really nice. Ah, come on. Okay, I missed some things. Where are we? We're in login failure. Oh, I didn't get these things up. Okay. And if you want to change the concurrency away from 4, oh, nice. Okay, so there's some places where I still need to... Wow, why would it do that? It's saying it doesn't exist. Oh, in the test, full size. Right, right. That's interesting. I wonder why that failed. Like we're setting up twice. Waiting for incoming data. Yada. Hmm. Strange. Terminating connection due to administrator command. Oh, wow. Am I sharing something amongst these? Alright. Test. Create database. That. Is that the same down here? DLW? Oh, I see. We're creating two databases. Oh, because there are two tests. I see. And one test was okay, while the other test died out. Strange. Alright, let's go back. Spiner tests. Do those all work? Is it format spacers? I don't remember. Alright, well those seem to be okay. Did it actually run any of those tests though? Not running any tests in Spiner. Metrics, okay, where's Spiner in here? Doc tests. Metrics. Here's auth, character, connection state, Cosmos, DB, master game state, legacy, link dead. Oh, here's Spiner. No tests. Now CRUD. Strange. Okay. Well, coming back here, create account login. Should be able to test that. Yes. Okay. So that worked. Login failure should work. Okay. That one's good. Okay, so what's different here? This one here is from the other space. We have dev null, SDB new metrics, that's fine. Database, fine. I wonder if something else. I mean, none of this is static. Unless there's something in legacy that's static. And here we just set up some processes, some tasks to process MPSC channels. That shouldn't leak into the other tests. What do we have in here? We've got character link dead, auth link dead, setup. Yes, I'm using OBS. I'm also using, let's see, for the audio redirection, what is it called? Loopback? The Mac thing, a paid for Mac thing. I think there's like different solutions on like Linux. You can probably do it without loopback. Windows, I don't remember, but I think there's some open source solution there. But I really got it so that I could loop back the game audio once I get that back through there. Because it's weird playing a game and nobody can hear what you hear. Or not hear it in the same way. That is so weird. So it's setting up database. Okay. What about the other one? I'm getting lost in that wall of text. Go again. Because the first one we should see in here is probably Spiner running its tests. That's not Spiner. Huh. Strange. Why wouldn't the Spiner test get run? Because that's for the main app. It didn't run all of the tests. Huh. Why wouldn't it run all the tests? If I go inside of Spiner, it runs all of its tests. Cargo, test, dash, 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 list. Oh. There's legacy, messages. Oh, it is there. Well, that's, yeah, and then here's the integration test. Then, okay. So if we just run it, last time we did this, didn't see it in the list. types, game state, game master DB, Cosmos, connection state, character, auth, that's a different crate. I mean, will this error here keep it from running the other tests? Because after that, yeah, character link dead, that's not it. Character link dead. Oh, you know what? This is also weird. Why is this using that test ID? Okay, no. Something is not set up right. It shouldn't be using legacy dev. Integration tests. That's right. That shouldn't matter though. See, some of these aren't even going to be used. There's a flag to stop it on the first. It'll run everything. Yeah. So strange. Okay, technically we're not even using a listen address or that. We're going to be using this. Those we need. These we shouldn't need, as we shouldn't be starting up Forge. Not certain about that. I don't even think this is used anymore. Oh, it is in connection codec. Okay, well, that's not used. Prometheus should not be started. ND Fishy, thank you for the follow. 4 minutes ago. All right. But is using the right environment URL, using that. Something weird is going on. Why does one succeed and the other fail? Okay. We are only getting the failure for one of the databases. It created two, XS and XR. Let me see, do those even show up in PosterCo? I closed it. Those don't exist. It'll run them serially. Jobs, oh, test threads 1. Oh, it still doesn't like it. So first, auth link dead, fine. Character link dead. It created it. It ran that LH4. Oh, shoot. Oh, I feel so silly. As soon as this goes out of scope, it drops the database. Oh my goodness. And we're not returning it. That needs to get returned. Yeah, the other tests were kind of self-contained. I didn't have this in the setup function. This one's slightly different. I would rather it aggressively clean up than, I mean, for the test stuff, I don't want just databases lingering around somewhere. Log one when you do it, yeah. Okay, let's at least add the logging. Oh, we do it if there's an error. Hmm. All right, I gotta forward this. This is not my cup of tea. Yeah, as we saw before, if I don't have something inside of it, it doesn't log. It doesn't show up. I have to put something here inside. So weird. Okay, so there's that. And we have mismatched types, the tuples, yes. Return type needs one more element on it. TestDB. Oh, can't find TestDB. This is DB tests. Or test singular. There we go. Oh, I see. It has a bunch of knobs. Cargo test. What were we talking about the other day where you mentioned that somebody thought that uh, RI, RIIA is an anti-pattern. RAII. Oh my goodness. R resource allocation is initialization. Oh, you don't remember that? You said this. What was it? There was some. Oh, we were talking about test setup. Acquisition is initialization. I see. Resource acquisition is initialization. We were talking about, yeah, having a setup and drop for. Yeah, that isn't awful. C++. Hmm. Okay. Well, this I panic on purpose. See, I panicked at AOEU just because I wanted to see that happen. From the cargo people point of view. That should be individual units, thus unit tests. That's fair. I just want it for integration tests, which aren't quite unit tests. Anyhow, there's ways around it. So if we do this and we go up one, cargo test at the highest level in here, and we're at a good place. This is awesome. Oh yes. And everything passed. Cool. Yeah, I'm trying to find the terse setup. I'm not seeing format in this list. Oh, is it message format? No, that's for the errors. Dash help. Is it at the inner level that we have to do that? Okay, pretty terse. I just don't have enough tests. I see it's like one dot. Not gonna do it across the board, small dots. Got it. I wonder why I did it for this. Mount Crud. Oh shoot, I'm getting called in. Okay, cool. I think we're at a natural kind of stopping point. I'm gonna go ahead and let this. I'm gonna put the panic back because I need to continue with these pieces here. Okay, so that's gonna be a good stopping point for that. I am so glad we actually have real databases, fake TCP connections, and can test the server from like end to end here. That was a really good change, going through and changing all of those database elements. Just having the MPSC streams for the multiplex connections. I really like all that. I'm gonna get going. So until next time, y'all. Coffee's ready. My time has come. For example, you say? Rusty has like 20,000 tests. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. We're gonna raid Whitlock. So y'all, I'm gonna get going. I got my own fires to put out. So till next time. Bye bye.